What's going on, everyone? So Anthony Davis got the big max extension. He got the absolute bag. Biggest extension in NBA history. Congrats to Anthony Davis. But I'm seeing a lot of conversations, a lot of talk about people upset that the Lakers went and gave him this much money. So I want to dive into it. And of course, hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Now, we'll start with some of the cons, I guess, the concerns. Obviously, he has to live up to that. So far, I don't think he's lived up to that. Now, he is hands down top 3 center in the league. He is, when he's on, arguably the best player in the league. He's top 10 player, as is. He's being paid as such, right? Other guys are probably going to get that level of extension that aren't even as good as him. So in hindsight, with the cap raising up, stuff like that, it should balance itself out. But obviously, Anthony Davis needs to be able to play to that level and establish himself as the number one guy. I get he's on the court with LeBron James, and we have seen guys like even Dwayne Wade and Kyrie and Bosh and Kevin Love and anybody he plays with kind of just gravitate towards him and allowing him to kind of just do everything, right? And we're reaching that point in his career where he's not capable of doing that, and he needs Anthony Davis to turn that switch. And Anthony Davis in the bubble looked like that guy, and we need him to get back to that, right? There have always been questions of him being a number one option. I mean, even when he was on the Pelicans, there was talks about him being the best player in the league. But there was also talks about, is he the guy or is he the second guy? And we need to see him start shifting into that number one guy. Because LeBron's only going to be here for another year or two. And Anthony Davis, this is going to be his team. The Lakers established that. The other big elephant in the room is injuries, right? Anthony Davis is probably going to miss 20 to 30 games this year. And the big concern was, can he stay healthy? Well, he just showed that last playoffs. That was good. That was something big that the Lakers wanted to see. One, how did he come into this season? Because, he was out of shape, stuff like that last time. Did he put in the work? And did he come in ready this year? He did. Could he stay healthy during the course of a playoffs? He did. Got the extension. I don't care if he misses 30 games during the regular season. I don't. Obviously, if it's some big major injury, knock on wood, that would be bad. But him, missing for this and that and whatever, I don't really care about that. That's the NBA we're in now. There's not really any players, period, outside of like role guys and Mikal Bridges that play 81 games a year, 82 games a year, right? Like, there's not. They don't play to that level anymore, right? Like, it's not the 90s where everybody's playing 82 games a season. Like, it's not. Everybody's missing 20 plus games year in and year out. And whether it's load management, whether it's a knick-knack injury that they don't want people, because teams are more concerned about the playoffs. And as long as Anthony Davis is healthy for the playoffs, the Lakers have a chance. The Lakers go as far as Anthony Davis takes them. I said it last year. Say it this year. If Anthony Davis leads this team to an NBA championship, they will win an NBA championship. If he disappears at times and stuff like that, like we've seen, that's going to be a problem. And hopefully this roster is talented enough and deep enough, it looks to be the case, to where they can kind of supplement when he does have his off nights and his bad nights. And look, everyone has off nights, everyone has bad nights, right? But can he be more consistent? That's the problem. It's the lack of consistency. It's a big narrative this last playoff run. One game, he's Wilt Chamberlain. The next game, he's, Anthony Bennett. And it's just like, what is going on here? Right? Like, he needs to find that groove. And maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's a lack of confidence thing. Maybe it is that LeBron's on the roster and he feels like, hey, LeBron, he's LeBron. I need to but whatever it is, he needs to figure it out and he needs to make that change. Now, as far as him deserving the contract, he does. I mean, the guy, like, he is, again, one of the best players in the world. He is a top 3 center. Outside of Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, there is no other center that is better than him. People will try to say that, no, stop. Nobody outside of those two guys are anywhere close to Anthony Davis. Even when Anthony Davis has a bad night, he's still the best defensive player in the world. He's still, giving you a double-double. Like, the guy is fine. He just needs to, again, be consistent. But it's also more than that. It's him getting this contract doesn't have that dark cloud hanging over the Lakers. It also makes him feel, okay, here we go. Kind of gives him that confidence boost. Like, okay, I'm here for the long term. I got the bag. I don't have to worry about it. I can just go out and play, right? So now he doesn't have to worry about nothing. Just go play your game. Get yourself together. Let's go. It also is a signal to other stars in the league. You have to remember, LeBron James is only on the Lakers for probably another year to maybe 3 tops. He has one more year after this year if he wants to with the player option. I don't see him being on the Lakers for the next 5 years. I'm not saying he won't play in the league for the next 5 years, but I don't see him on the Lakers for the next 5 years. Whether he goes and plays with the Sun or he goes to another roster or he goes, unless the Lakers win the next 3 NBA championships, I don't see LeBron on this roster for more than like a year or two. And so establishing Anthony Davis through 2028 tells everybody else in the league, hey, when LeBron leaves, you're going to have a really good young core and you're going to have a superstar in Anthony Davis. And you don't think that there's some star out there right now that maybe they're not thinking it right now, but in 2 years, you don't think that one of these stars are going to be thinking, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura, maybe they keep like a Jackson Hayes. You got, Max Christie, JHS, right? Like they have pieces that they could trade if we need to kind of, I could win a championship with this. Me and Anthony Davis, right? Like, of course there is. It's still the Lakers. It's still LA. And if they are a comparable roster and they are a legit roster that can win, there's going to be a star that is going to say, I'm going to the Lakers. And we hear it all the time. Oh, Laker fans are delusional. Like, they're never going to get this guy. They're never going to get that guy. They said the same thing about LeBron. They said the same thing about Shaq. Every time the Lakers, anytime there's a big mega superstar that's available and the Lakers have no shot, guess what? The Lakers get him. Anthony Davis even. Lakers, when they got Anthony, there's no way, blah, 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 blah. Lakers would have gotten Chris Paul. That wasn't vetoed. They get Pau Gasol. Like, the Lakers always seem to get the guy that they want, right? Like, LeBron had all these other options. He could have went anywhere he wanted in the league. He could have went to teams at the time that were even better than the Lakers and probably won championships and stuff. But no, it's the Lakers. You know why? Because the Lakers paid Kobe Bryant when everyone else said that they shouldn't have. Because what it did is it showed, we take care of you. You win here. You build a legacy here. You're a guy here. We're going to take care of you. Right? And you're going to have these guys that are going to look at it and go, man, LA market, the money that I'd make, the success that I'd have. If I win there, it cements my legacy. Like, it's the perfect scenario. That's what Anthony Davis does. And then another big point is just the ability to have him under control to where if it does come up and you do end up having to move him, you can. Right? You don't have to worry about losing him for nothing now. You have him locked up. So if after LeBron leaves, a year or two in, you're like, all right, like this isn't working, we need to go a different direction. You can now trade Anthony Davis. And teams will be willing to give up assets and a package for Anthony Davis. You don't have to worry about losing him for nothing. You don't have to worry about any of that. The cap is going to go up. So he's going to end up balancing out. By 2025, I believe, is when the cap is supposed to hugely go up and hugely spike. So his contract is going to be very modest at that point. The Lakers are going to have money to go get other guys. LeBron's going to come off the books. Lakers are going to be in great shape. Great shape. Next year, they'll end up paying Jared Vanderbilt, Max Christie, and they'll try to retain whoever else they can that is good and successful, a Cam Reddish or Jackson Hayes or whomever. And the Lakers are going to be good for the next, 5+ years, which is good, right? Better than what it was pre this era, right? At least the Lakers are in the conversation for potentially winning an NBA championship. They got a good young core. They got a good roster. Anthony Davis is the star you need that'll attract other stars when LeBron leaves. He is also the guy that if he locks it and actually plays to the level we know he can play. We've seen him do it on countless occasions. When he's that guy, he's the best player in the world, and he's worth more than that money. The Lakers absolutely made the right decision. You do this 10 times over. If they had to pay him $100 million a year, the Lakers would have paid him $100 million a year. Because that's what you do. That's what the Lakers have always done. It's why the Lakers have always been able to continue to get these stars and continue to get the guy that they want. They're the LA market, the Los Angeles Lakers, and they take care of their stars. It's the city of stars, the city of angels. And when you're here and you're an angel, then guess what? You're gonna get that bag. And that's what Anthony Davis did. I get it. There's the concerns, there's the question marks, there's all that stuff. The good far outweighs the bad. Far outweighs the bad. It's what the Lakers had to do. Worst case, things aren't working out. You trade Anthony Davis and you figure it out. But at least you don't have to worry about him in, 2 years just leave. Just saying, hey, I'm done. I'm out of here. Right? You got him locked up now till 2028. You got him for the next 5 years. The Lakers should be able to win another championship or several in the next 5 years. So they did the right thing. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. How do you feel? Do you agree with me? Do you think no, definitely made the right decision. That was what they should have done. Good outweighs the bad. Do you think no, they shouldn't have done that. They made a mistake. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. I would love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below.